Yeah, mag on again. Yeah, if you notice, I put up that video with the so-called Anne Frank with the fake Ollie cast, and you notice they snatch that video down real fast. If somebody never said in the comment, I would have never know that video is gone. But that's how YouTube do it. I already told you. I put striking truth on it. That's how you know that video wasn't going to stay up. Now, today we go get into the CGI. Show the masses how the CGI was formed and how they put it on the masses. But what you got to understand, whenever they show you something, they've been using it for a long time. You understand? Before TV, they was using CGI. That's what you need to know. Bring the masses CGI photos 100% in. Let's get into this and break it down.
Computer-generated imagery was born in the 60s. It started with a crude line drawing technique called...
First of all, in the 60s, first of all, that shit is way, way before the 60s, people. That's what you need to know. We go get into it and break it all the way down and show you how they use CGI. We don't want to hear it from them how long they've been doing it. We just go show you what they do on the masses right
Vector graphics. Used in 3D applications called computer-aided design and computer-aided mechanics.
Yes, they've been doing that for a long time. That's nothing new. Boy, you're talking about 60s. It's been around way long before that.
Were like electronic blueprints in 3D.
Yes.
In the beginning, they were used mostly for engineering, architectural work, and flight simulation.
Yeah, flight simulation. Not that they didn't have the technology, people. Not that they wasn't using that technology before. But when they brought it to the public, that means they already use it for what they want already. And it's basically smooth sailing as far as this computer graphics. You understand? That's how they do it. They move on more advanced because they got the technology already. They just spoon feed the masses.
Technical stuff until young filmmakers like Robert Abel realized the...
Of course, it gonna be a filmmaker, so-called, but they know this long time ago. They've been fooling the masses, showing you all kind of image, and it's not real. They're the one who put it together, and of course, they have to show you movies to brainwash your subconscious mind. So of course, they have to come out and tell you, yeah, we're doing this CGI, something groundbreaking. No. They've been having it forever.
Artistic potential of this computer imagery.
Of course, they go highlight the black and white checkerboard floor for Freemasonry.
One of the first uses of vector graphics in film was when Disney asked Abel and Associates to create the title sequence for The Black Hole.
Yes, you see that, people? The same fucking shit they show you today for The Black Hole. And that's what you're not getting. The whole thing is science fiction they come up with. They put it in pictures right here on the computer, make a graphic of it, and show it to the masses. Tell you about planets, black hole, all type of dumb shit. They even show you matter. It's garbage, people. All of this shit is made up. None of it is real.
I said, listen, I've got this vector flight simulator from Evans and Sutherland. And basically it allows me to move...
You believe that they come up with the first CGI is a flight simulator? You better wake up. They've been using that CGI before they even have plane. That's what you need to know.
Object to move in 3 dimensions. So the best I could do would be the point of view of the computer of a rocket ship that was being pulled into a black hole.
You see, people? Black hole and a rocket ship. Every time they give you that is computer graphics. All those satellites, computer graphics.
All of a sudden, I said, wow, there's a whole world.
You see? Yes, he said, wow. That's when he realized we have something here. Get the fuck out of here, people. I told you, when you see the technology, they've been already using it for years and years on the masses. Run a lot of psyops and tricks.
In the 1970s, a new imaging system called raster graphics was developed. Where vectors...
Saturn right there. That's what they make it for, to trick the masses, show you space and planets.
Are simple line drawings. Raster allowed for full color, texture, shading, and lighting effects. The only drawback was that each frame took millions of computer calculations. In its early development, raster graphics required massive mainframe computers and weeks of painstaking work.
Just computer programming, people. No doubt about it. And all of this shit they show you is hypnotizing the masses. That's what they do with this 6 world right here spinning around. That's how they do it. Even the noise that you hear in the background of those movies, TV shows and all. If you pay attention, people, it's to brainwash the masses. Every fucking sound and shit that you see on screen, that's what it's there for, brainwash.
Despite the limitations of this fledgling technology, Robert Abel continued to break new CGI ground.
Bullshit.
Developing their own programs and borrowing computer time from corporate giants like Bell Labs, Abel and Associates pushed computers to do more than even their designers could have.
Abel. Like your Cain and Abel. That's how they do it, people. Play on names.
Imagine. With a big-budget Super Bowl commercial called Brilliance, Abel and Associates forever changed the look of TV commercials.
There you go, people. A Super Bowl commercial. Wow.
Kicks light up, and that's another.
Better known as the sexy robot, the spot called for a realistic robot with fluid human movements. This was an unheard-of task for the computer programmers back in 1982.
Unheard of, but that don't mean they don't use it on the masses a lot of times. No doubt, man, I tell you, they even use robot to read the damn news. You never get it, people, and nobody figure it out.
Abel's team, led by C.G.I. pioneer Randy Roberts, was up for the challenge.
To get this type of a helmet on, that's pretty good. Okay, now the bottom lip looks a little thick. Maybe we should take...
translate them all up a little?
Yeah, maybe from like 25 to 34 or something.
It's nothing groundbreaking, people. It's something that they've been doing forever. That's what you need to know. They've been doing this shit right here. Known technology is new to them. They're the one who's spoon-feeding it to the masses. They already have it.
Okay, I think that looks better.
The most difficult challenge was bringing the robot to life. Randy invented a technique he called brute force animation. The Abel team filmed a live model and programmed her choreographed movements into the computer. The computer tracked reference points painted on her body. This data was used to create a vector graphic animated figure.
And trust me, people, they don't have to do all that. You understand? The computer can make all of that shit up there. No doubt about it, from scratch. They don't need nobody movements to figure it out or to make the damn graphics move. That's how it is, people. You think they take a graphic of a real plane when they show you a CGI plane in space? Come on.
I mean, it seems stupid at the time. I mean, she was in a barber's chair filled with all these black dots in a bathing suit. But it worked.
Yes, look at this shit right here.
Bathing suit. But it worked.
Look from when they've been doing this right here. You think that's a woman? Come on.
The key to success was for the robot to appear organic, natural.
It has to be something where you
Natural.
Natural. Watch what the fucking graphics gonna flash the devil.
It has to be something where you really can't tell if she's real or if she's computerized. Her movements are very human, and she's very sexy but very strong. And you've got to believe it's a human being, yet it isn't quite.
Once we got the motion right, we used raster graphics to give the image form and color. The robot, her movements, the details, each reflection, the magic she does with the food, getting all of that into an environment, and then adding Jupiter into the picture window.
Yeah, you can imagine Jupiter to the picture window. The Jupiter, all planets is CGI, 100%.
Each picture of film, which is a 24th of a second, takes 10,000 or 20,000, add, multiplies, subtracts, divides. Well, that's millions of bits of information that the computer has to chew through.
In 8 grueling weeks, this milestone of computer animation was complete. The art of CGI was greatly advanced, and the world of special effects would never be the same.
A lot of people on Earth don't know about the special effect. Believe it or not, people. It might sound stupid to you if you know, but a lot of people just don't know. They don't understand. Not because you see somebody play different role in a movie and they actually right there talking to each other. And a lot of people like, oh, the hell they do that? You don't get it. It's just computer graphics. All they do is just match 2 films together and make it look like one. That's all they do it. They don't even do that much in a movie no more. You see somebody driving a car in traffic. There's no traffic. There's no car. He's in no car. That's how CGI work on the masses. You understand? They add everything in. Just wake up.
After Sexy Robot, Abel and Associates went on to create some of the most stunning commercials ever seen.
Commercials, brainwash for the people, and all of them flash the devil horns. All the animation they use flash the devil horns.
Commercials ever seen.
Wow. You see that? Watch the hand sign.
Winning 33 Clio Awards and
33. Bam. Right there, Freemasonry. 33 award. There you go.
Emmys in the process. Abel's work helped popularize computer-generated imagery. Abel's television commercials attracted the interest of some of Hollywood's greatest filmmakers, including...
You see that, people? They're fooling the masses. Yes, people was doing commercial with it first, and then it attract Hollywood. Get out of here, people. It's them put it together from day one. That's how they do it. There's nothing new.
Spielberg wanted Abel to produce a title sequence for his television series, Amazing Stories, a carefully choreographed historical montage of storytelling.
Storytelling or brainwash, which one it is? Wow, or you call something a fake, a story. That's not real.
And when he said, I want the most far-out computer graphics you could possibly make, it absolutely floored me.
37 fully rendered images were to fly by in 45 seconds.
45 for number 9. And all they're working is magic tricks and the masses, okay? Wait
a task that would require more computing power than Abel had ever assembled before. This project was considerably more difficult than Sexy Robot. To create a medieval knight, brute force animation was once again employed.
Do you believe that, people? Their first so-called CGI is a sexy robot. Wow.
To bring computer bytes to life. A human model was filmed and digitized into the computer to define the vector graphic. Then, raster imaging took over and produced the final product. The raster imaging system had advanced to the point where the C.G.I. team was able to select specific, real-life textures and apply them to the wireframe computer models. This process is called texture mapping. The book binding appears to be real alligator leather. The typography is a passage from Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. The skull was created with raster imagery from a real skull scanned into the computer. These minute details allow viewers to experience the animated elements as real objects.
There you go. Working mind games on the masses. And I told you, this CGI right here, that's what you get on everything. The news and everything. And the people don't believe when I tell you, it's Disney. Disney is the one who create all of these fictionary characters. It's the same way they give you a fictionary earth, the space and every damn thing. That's what you need to know. Why you think it's Disney on the damn news? You never get it. The same people that give you fantasy, give you sports and everything else, come on.
Both of these images are groundbreaking, and they're connected. On the left, you've got the world through Yul Brynner's eyes in Westworld, the 1973 movie where he plays a robot cowboy. This is not a spoiler. I mean, he's a robot on the poster, and if you've seen the HBO series, you know that everything is a robot.
You see this, people? Yeah, everything is a robot, but what you have to understand, all of these movies that you get is fake shit. You understand? It built up our fakery. Even when they tell you it's a true story, that means it's a fake shit that they put together and they have to make a movie of it. Now, the so-called graphics that you see on the news is the same thing. You understand? The graphics you get in the movie, that's what they give you in the news all day of the week, all made in a studio, and they fool the dumb people.
You know that everything is a robot. It's this
robot.
Pixelated robot's eye view that gave birth to CGI, computer-generated image.
And don't worry about it. This never give birth to CGI. What I don't tell you already, they have it from day one, and they spoon feed it to the masses, but they've been using it on you. That's what you need to know. Nothing groundbreaking.
But the technique and idea did not come from Hollywood. It came from a bit further away.
You hear that? Pay attention. They said the CGI did not come from Hollywood. Remember they was telling you that it was commercials it start from? Now let's pay attention again.
A bit further away. This is a picture of Mars.
You see, bam. CGI, and then where you go with it. Mars. Let's listen, people. I told you I never miss all the fucking pictures you get from Mars and so-called moon and all of that. CGI made up. Nothing real about it.
The CGI in the original Westworld was groundbreaking. So now we're going to see if we can get our computer graphics team to replicate it. Oh yeah, I'm done. Takes like 2 clicks.
You play too much.
But in the early 1970s, computers this powerful were non-existent, and digital images were rare.
Bullshit. It's non-existent to the public, but they have it running game on the people.
These
One eye symbol, that's what they're
title
about.
swirls in 1958's Vertigo were sort of computer-generated imagery. The designer repurposed an M5 anti-aircraft gun's mechanical computer to help draw these intricate patterns. Other experiments.
All one eye people, that's what they dwell in. Every one of them Hollywood folks worship the one eye god.
Were digital, but they were basically art films. After all, non-CGI effects
There you go,
could
space people, space. The king of CGI belong to space.
generate stunning results.
There you go. Satellite floating around. That's the definition of C.G.I. And they confess right here, people. That's what it's about. It's nothing but CGI footage. They never give you nothing real when it comes to space and planets. Wow, there you go. And when you see them floating around in so-called space in the Space Center, bullshit for the masses. It's CGI. That's what the people need to wake up on. All of that space shit is CGI. That's where they make it for. You understand? They make it for that, and they give you in the movies and TV, but the people never get it. It's the same fucking shit.
Still, Westworld creator Michael Crichton wanted to create a robot's point of view. Hollywood hadn't done it yet, but NASA had.
There you go, people. Hollywood didn't do it yet, but NASA do it. We're talking about CGI, people. Why would NASA got something to do with CGI? Every fucking picture of footage they give you from the fucking space, planets, and every fucking thing, even the sun, everything they give you is CGI. 100%. Even this rocket taking off, CGI.
When NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory launched Mariner 4, it was the first flyby of Mars, and it transmitted back the first up-close photographs of the planet.
Yes, nothing with no photograph. It's no fucking photograph. 100% dumb shit they give the masses. You think you can get around CGI? You don't need no fucking photo to make a CGI. You understand? The computer, you create that shit from dirt.
The method it used to get those images back to Earth was important for two reasons.
Bullshit.
It shaped what a digital picture should look like, and it gave technical guidance for the Westworld CGI.
There you go. Westworld CGI. Every fucking satellite they show you is a CGI. You wake up yet? A lot of people mad at the man. Go do your fucking self some fucking justice and learn the truth. This right here is CGI. And you can't beat me on that. It's
Pictures were sent back as numbers.
240,000 bits of binary code, representing the shading of 40,000 dots that will finally make up the first picture. A complex system of computers is required to convert these numbers into pictures. Some workers decide to hand-make their own picture of Mars by shading the numbers.
They hand-make their own pictures of Mars. The whole thing is fake shit. 100%. Even the blue marble they give you and call it Earth. They confess every fucking time that it is CGI. It's not real.
Yes, our first up-close picture of Mars was a paint by numbers. Ultimately, the computer-generated images ended up looking like these.
The computer-generated pictures end up like anything they show you about space and planet. Anything. And satellites is just the same computer graphics. Nothing real.
In the 1973 cover story of American cinematographer, Westworld designer John Whitney Jr. wrote
Westworld with your WW33.
The scanning digitizing methods employed by Jet Propulsion Laboratory on their Mariner Mars flybys could be used here. But using the rare computer at the lab would have cost $100 grand. They found a private company to basically copy the Jet Propulsion Lab's methods to scan production footage frame by frame and convert it to numerical information, which would then be played back on a special machine and re-recorded. To make the perfect robot vision, the designers used data that created an image with 3,600 squares.
36. That's according for 36 is the mark of the beast.
And they had to get creative to make sure the CGI action came through clearly. Actors wore clothing to contrast with the background. Here's one wearing white clothing and makeup. They also increased the contrast in post-production. And though it took a full minute to scan each frame, or about 8 hours for a 10-second sequence, the CGI worked. Hollywood couldn't have... Sorry, can you just... Hollywood couldn't have come up with this idea alone. It took the R&D from the $550 million Mariner program to...
Nobody can fool the mag. That's what you need to know. It was all by design to fool the masses from day one. All those devil fucking elites, those are the one who give this shit to the NASA program that they got for the masses. You understand? TVs and all belong to those same fucking elite people. Bam!
In the Jungles episode of the BBC's Planet Earth 2, there's a stunning scene of
Planet Earth 2 by who? BBC. You better wake your ass up 223 for the Skull and Bones coding with your BBC. You understand? And every time I do a video on anything that they put out, the fucking dumb programming for the masses, yes, they block it. But watch this right here. This video is not for them. But pay attention. They're full of shit. 100%. The BBC Earth is a fucking fake shit program for the dumb fools.
In the Jungles episode of the BBC's Planet Earth 2, there's a stunning scene
Planet Earth 2. There you go, people. You can catch a hummingbird right there, fooling the masses. They can go around with these super high-speed camera, taking these photos or film and slow it down and show it as a documentary on the people. It's fucking fakery. 100%
birds in
C.G.I.
Ecuador flying in slow motion. And when it aired in the UK, some viewers wondered if the BBC actually created the footage with computer graphics.
Of course. It's 100% fake shit. You think you can reverse that? You need to wake your ass up, people. Once you awake, you don't go back to sleep. You're up and awake. Don't fall back asleep because of this BBC. It's a programming. Any fucking thing BBC carry is fake shit.
And you can't blame them. With our own eyes, we'll never see how many
No,
birds
it's
looking
bullshit. It's a hoax. The whole thing is set up. It's a fake shit for the dumb people. 100%.
like this. Just like we'll never see plants growing like
Yes,
this.
and of course they don't have no fucking plants growing. It's fake shit. That's what they do, people. Everything they give you is CGI. What they do, they put a camera there and then let it record the whole fucking year or 2 year, and then what you do, you time lapse it. Get out of here. It's bullshit. 100%. It's bullshit, people. It's 100% garbage. That's why they give you this one eye right there. They're full of shit on the masses. Your BBC Earth.
Slow motion shots are made by increasing the camera's frame rate. To slow down action without losing quality, you have to capture more frames.
Yes.
Like the hummingbirds,
It's
many of the shots
bullshit, people. All of this shit that you get from the Discovery Channel and the fucking BBC Earth is just fake shit they got for the masses. Show you these weird-ass so-called animals and birds. And, of course, show them live in action, slow them down all the way. CGI. 100% in.
are at least
There you
somewhat
go.
slow.
How the fuck you keep up with a bird that flying? Or you keep up with them and keep them steady in the middle of this film? You think I'm dumb? Wow, so if one camera fit up right there, how the fuck you catch the bird flying past and the bird can't pass? Why the bird can't pass the camera?
Real time, or what?
Wow. Go back again.
Like the hummingbirds, many of the shots in Planet Earth 2
Watch
are at
this
least
right here, people. How the fuck you catch the bird right here? The camera not moving. Dumb on.
somewhat slower than real
Get out
time,
of
or what
here. It's
producers call
bullshit.
off-speed. Shooting at 60
off-speed.
or
It's
100
fake.
frames per second with playback at 25 frames per second, that tends to
All
heighten
fucking coded and bullshit. 2-4 for your 6. There go your 6 again, and there go your 9-6 again. What's going on? All 6s.
with playback at 25 frames per second, that tends to
Nothing
heighten
but
the drama
bullshit.
and smooth out camera movements in the footage. But slow motion can do more than that. It can also give us a chance to look at processes that our naked eyes could never catch.
Nothing but
That's why
bullshit.
ultra-high-speed cameras were invented in the first place. Cameras that can shoot thousands, even tens of thousands of frames per second. They gave scientists and engineers a way to study all sorts
Don't trust no scientists, people. They all fake. They are part of the brainwash, dumbed down shit for the masses.
of physical and mechanical processes that happen over milliseconds.
Not milliseconds.
And when trained on animals, high-speed cameras
go,
can teach us
people.
about anatomies that
Of
happen
course, watch
over
this.
milliseconds. And when trained on animals,
Yeah, this is
high-speed
how BBC do it right there, people. They can slow down the... Not only they slow it down, it's when they slow it down, it's slow. Meaning that you can count the fucking flap of the bird wings or the fly wings. That's dumb shit for the dumb
cameras can
masses.
teach us about anatomy and
not real.
behavior, like the
Fakery.
function of these drumstick-shaped organs on flies.
Bullshit. Yes, and they can sell the masses anything about a damn fly because the masses can't prove it. You understand? They tell you what the fly thinking. You never get it, people. All those animals, birds and all this shit that they're showing, and they tell you how they think, what they're doing and all that. They're full of shit. They just make it up. Have it in a controlled environment and basically have the camera right there and fooling the masses and tell you what the animals or the bird thinking or what they really doing. It's trash. How the fuck they read their mind? Because of science? Dumb on.
Very fast, and here they're slowed down 120 times.
Get out of here, about
they
120 times for your number 3.
Fly stability in the air.
The BBC's Natural History Unit filmed this crane fly around 40 years ago. We're used to
bullshit, but they filmed the fly 40 years ago. It's bullshit. 100% fakery.
This kind of thing now. But it was much more of a challenge in the days of film.
You almost always had to do it in a kind of almost a studio setting.
Bullshit.
And you'd kind of sit there with this button and you wait and you hope that something's happened. You press the button and the camera goes.
Bullshit.
Speed up. You then get about 2 seconds of.
Watch the devil horns on him. They're full of shit. And of course, what's this? Planet Earth. You see that right there? All fucking hoax for the dumb people.
Shot. And then you'd hear the film going. The camera's it spun out. You then get it off to be developed and find that in those the 2 seconds that you had, the animal had leapt out of frame or done something, and so throw it away, start again.
Look at this right here, people. Look at this right here. They're full of shit. They're never real. That's what you need to know. All they show you is computer graphics.
The switch from film to digital cameras changed everything. For one thing, they could review the footage on monitors to see if they got their shot.
Bullshit.
But also, digital high-speed cameras came with a continuous recording feature. Instead of pressing a button to start recording and then pressing it again to stop, they could press the button as soon as they saw some action, and the camera would save the seconds that happened before the button was pressed. That's how the cameraman captured this great white shark coming out of
bullshit. 100% fake shit on the masses. That's what you need
the water,
to know.
not just in the air. For this sequence in the
And
2006.
of course, you can
That's
see
how the
through
cameraman
water
captured this
also.
great white shark coming
You believe that this is not computer graphics? You're dumb. Pay attention what it's gonna do after
out of
that.
the water, not just in the air.
It show you under the water. So that's a good ass camera, huh? It can also see right through the fucking water. Right there. You believe that? Dumb on. The camera look like it's under the water right there.
And captured this great white shark coming out of the water,
great
not
white.
just in
Watch
the air.
this, people. The camera taking it from under the water. You're dumb or what? The whole thing is CGI.
For this
Dumb
sequence
on.
in the 2006 Planet Earth series.
It's bullshit. It's just fakery. Wow. All of this shit they give you is hoax. They're not real, people. It's computer graphics. All of this shit is fake. Just wake your ass up. That's a fake footage. All day of the week.
Well, action was still a challenge. This took them a couple of weeks on a boat to get. But
It's
with
bullshit, people. It's fakery. The whole thing is fakery. Wow, computer graphics in 06 right there with your Planet Earth.
digital cameras,
It's a
the
fake
BBC
shit.
brought high-speed photography out of the studio and into the wild, where they could capture things like a chameleon hunting in Madagascar.
You see, people, in Madagascar, you believe that? Another hoax again from there. You feel me? It's a fake shit. They go there and set up camera to catch a lizard. You better wake your ass up. It's fake shit.
They're notorious for these incredible, these tongues that fly out and catch
Get
things,
out
and
of
they're
here. Full of
really hard.
shit.
I mean, really hard to film. When
There
we
you go, people. It's nothing but fakery. 100% fakery.
filmed this,
There you go.
you saw that.
And don't worry about it. Damage control right here to prove that it's not CGI. You're not doing a good job. It's
How
CGI.
the tongue kind of unfolds and goes
Bullshit.
out, and that everybody thinks they're sticky. They're not. At the end of the tongue is a kind of a muscular blob at the end. It's
Not
almost
but
like a hand
bullshit.
inside a
It's a
glove.
CGI. The whole thing is CGI, people. The whole thing. I know this from ever since I'm a kid. I know it's not real. That's what you need to know.
And this sort of end goes like this and almost grabs the head of
It's
this creature
bullshit.
and then drags it back, which is sort of ghoulishly ghastly, but also amazing.
Bullshit. Everything is amazing. It's fake shit.
Digital cameras also transform the process of making time-lapse sequences for when real life isn't too fast, but too slow. The time-lapse process is basically the opposite of slow motion. Instead of capturing more frames, you take fewer over a longer period of time. Time-lapses can help show animal
It's nothing but bullshit they give the masses all day of the week with your planet. That's how they do it, people. And I told you, the BBC is a fucking fake channel. 100% fooling the dumb masses. And of course, if they get a chance, they will take down this video. I'm gone.